I'm here with Joseph Lansdell of Poynter Sheet Metal. And Joseph, you just won the Contractor of the Year award.
Yeah.
What a great achievement, and congratulations.
Thank you for that. It was such a surprise. I had absolutely no clue that was going to happen at lunch, and I guess there's been a web of lies in my house for about 4 months with my wife keeping a secret, which she doesn't do very well, very often, but she pulled this one off. So it's a big relief for her. She gets to relax now the rest of the convention.
Well, job well done
Thank
to
you.
her, for
Appreciate
sure.
it.
And to you, obviously.
Thank you.
You know, your volunteerism is almost unprecedented, the level of commitment to SMACNA.
Thank you.
Where did you get that initiative and drive?
Well, part of it was I wasn't going to go into this originally. This was not my career path in my mind. At an 18-year-old, Joseph was not going to be a sheet metal worker, even though my father was my whole life. And I decided, I remember telling my dad I was going to go work for him at the time, and I would make sure I went through school, but no matter what, I would give back. And I was a College of Fellows, SMACNA, College of Fellows award winner, so that helped pay for my school. I paid for my own school. SMACNA helped for that, and at that point I just decided I better give back. And the more I gave back, the more I got in return, and it's still that way today. Evident of the award today. The more I give, the better I receive. So that's really where it started.
So where does the giving go from here?
I don't know. I'm currently this year been added to the National Joint Adjustment Board, or the Labor Committee. I'm already on the pension fund. I enjoy both of those tremendously. They're very important to our industry. And a big part of what I believe is important is also bringing up the next generation. So I do locally, I do a lot of mentorship, and I do contractor school locally, and that's been a great success. As far as teaching the young apprentices that are coming through what a contractor's perspective is, and that's been a very big benefit for our industry and for Poynter as well.
Do you have any sort of, talking about workforce development, do you have any sort of expectations you set when you are interviewing people, or certain skills or qualities you look for in people?
Well, as a union contractor, I think that's one of the skills that we lack as the contractor base, because we've always relied on our labor partner to find our help for us. In this trying time when everybody's at full employment, all industries included, we've had to become more aggressive in our recruitment, and then we have to really learn how to retrain and recruit people in a different way. Most of the people that we're hiring today were much like myself. They didn't have sheet metal on their mind a month ago, 2 months ago, and now they made it a career. And so we really have to coach them up in a different way. They haven't spent the time in high school or in a trade school previously to coming to us thinking about a hands-on trade. And so as contractors, we really have to work on that. And that's something we focused on at my business.
I'm sure SMACNA will be focusing on it in the years to come. With that expansion and looking for people to fill roles, I know you're also expanding physically.
Yeah.
If you want to touch a little bit on that expansion and why?
Yeah, so I spoke on it last year. It was a dream at that point, and we went shoveling the ground this past summer. The roof, I hope, is going on today as we sit here. So the building should be done in December. We added 55,000 square feet to my facility. That brings us up to 160,000 square feet. And the primary focus of the 55,000 is modularization. Currently, we have some bathroom pods that we've built in our facility. We're planning on multi-trade racks, as you've seen those before, and just any large and unusual builds that happen. So we needed that space, and really I think modular construction is really a reaction to what we just talked about, which is the labor shortages that we see. We have to get a smarter approach to how we build buildings nowadays, and part of that is taking that construction project, making it a manufacturing project in a manufactured setting, and that's really what this expansion's about.
And so it's a specific type of build if it's modularization, right? You only bring it into certain types of projects. It can't go in the elevator or,
Well, you have to have the building prepared. You really have to have the design community and the owner on board early in the process. They have to think about this as well. It has to be an approach to the construction of the site. The site has to be prepared. The other contractors have to be on board with it. And so it's really it's a long process on the front. Everybody always asks me, how much does it save and how much time does it save me?
You beat me to my next question.
Yeah. So the data is not completely sold on how much it saves. Right now, I would say if anybody's saving, it's the contractor. The owner it's cost neutral for them. What they save, and there's several things that they save, but a big thing is on-site construction time. So we get in the process early. We might build, say, bathroom modules 16 weeks in advance. They're ready to go. When the building's up, the bathrooms come in. And what that affords an owner, and so many people are seeing OSIP, owner-controlled insurance programs, or CSIP, contractor-controlled insurance programs. And both of those put the onus or the risk back to the owner or the general contractor CM. So through modular construction, the owner gets the benefit because risky construction processes are now shifted to another shop off-site, and they don't have that risk anymore.
And so what are you doing staff-wise to fill that space and fill the new line of work?
So there's recruitment. Luckily in Indiana, we do have, in northern Indiana, what's called Lake County. It's quite a ways away from Poynter. There is the modular home building or the mobile home building process, and the Winnebagos and the travel trailers and things like that. That takes a jack-of-all-trade person. And when we started looking at that, the majority of the workers are transient from Indianapolis. So we're hoping that we can offer something that locally in the Indianapolis market that they've had to travel all the way up to Lake County and work. So that's the group we're going to try to recruit. We're expecting a shop full on the modular side alone of 40. My sheet metal shop, which we're still putting out about 9 million pounds of metal a year, I have 95 people from industrial, commercial, and specialty metals in my shop. So we're looking to add 40 in the other side.
Wow. And when does that come to online, as they say?
We're sure hoping it's January 2nd of 2020 that we're live, ready to go, start building. Great thing that we did this summer, we like to have interns. Those interns usually come from Purdue University. We had 3 really bright young stars that came in this summer. And we had, every week, they met with me and my project controls manager, and we developed our shop layout. They had no clue what they were doing, but they researched. This new generation is so good with technology and finding the answer. We had a weekly meeting, and they came up with brilliant shop layouts. So those people from Purdue came in and really helped us out, and we've got an awesome layout ready to go, and it's really a manufacturing setting. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Is there new equipment and technology going in there?
There is. We've got some what would be called stud fabrication equipment and some cutoff equipment that will speed that process up. A lot of it is still just trade work. It's just done in a shifting mode. We also have a sub-arc welder that we're going to move over in that area. And that sub-arc welder will allow us to do some of the modular construction that we don't do with the multi-trades. Mm-hmm.
Great. And what is the process on, let's say, the bathrooms from beginning to end? How long does it take you to produce a unit?
Yes, so with one shift of 20 people, we believe we can produce 12 a week. So it's 12 completed bathrooms. That is tiled, there's a toilet, there's a sink, there's a shower unit. Everything's done, even the towel holder is in there. Ready to go. The only thing that doesn't leave our shop is the door. They find that those doors rack and they don't ship well. So from start to finish, we can get 12 of those done a week. We can complete a unit in just under about 120 hours of construction time. So yeah, that's what we're looking to do.
So this is an example of the trailblazing that
Yeah.
in part won you the award.
Yeah.
Do you see other contractors starting to think about this now that you've talked about it before?
So there's a price to entry. Obviously, not everybody's going to add 50,000 square feet to their facility, and I think I'm ahead of the curve in Indiana. East Coast, West Coast, we always in the Midwest seem to be a little late to the party.
Not this time.
Yeah. Well, I'm early to the party at this point, but everybody I talk to, from architect, engineer to owner, is talking about this, and it's something it's not just a buzzword. And you've been around, you've seen the talk about BIM several years ago and how that was, it's coming. Well, we use that every day now, and I think 10 years from now, this will be an everyday thing. There's only going to be a short window where I have an edge on anyone. That's not really what it's about. It's just always constantly looking for the next best thing to do. And if you stop looking for that, you really get behind in business. So that's really what we're after.
Well, it's a great message to end on, and congratulations
thank you.
on
Appreciate
Contractor
it.
of the
Thank
Year.
you.
Yep, appreciate it. Thanks.